All right, just getting ready for the second round of races. We're going to head over to Pete's Cellar, over to Dunnigan Raceway. And so doing a little testing and tuning. I'm doing some track work of my own. Get some foam stops on the side panels here where the cars crash. Cars usually go into the wall there, go into the wall there, and go into the wall down here. So I'm going to put up some foam core. I've got a little grandstands I'm working on. I like it. It's just a little bit flat, so I gotta find a way to fix that. But we'll work on that. So what I'm doing here over the next couple days, it's Tuesday today, Remembrance Day, and so we have a couple days before the weekend. So let's see what we got going on in the box. So I got Quin's body. So this is Quin was racing on. I had this car. This car actually ran pretty good on the season opener at Patrick's at the Halloween Howler. Holy smokes! This is an old closed rivet. I did have this Johnny Lightning body on it. It's Mustang, and it actually ran really good. So I was a little bit nervous about taking that off, but I got a replacement Cadillac from Greg's garage. Awesome bodies Greg makes. I bought one of these earlier in the year and decided to start with Quin's car instead of my own and snap the back tab right off. So I ordered a couple extras. I'm going to do some test runs here. I'll video that and see how it goes, see how it runs before and after. So he's got a bit of a longer pin in there. I'm going to run mine. Last time I had a race, my car was sitting totally crooked. Just with the screw in it, I guess. I don't know. But I fiddled around, re-drilled the hole out a little bit more, set the body to float a little bit, and it's sitting nice and flat now. Let's see if I can get this here. Too many things in my hand, but so it's sitting nice now. Nice on the setup block. Totally flat. So we're gonna run some test times, see where those run, make sure they're running fairly compatible. Quin was a bit slower than me with this body on, but we'll see how they go this week. And I'm going to take I got the Magnatraction, so that's Quin's Magnatraction. Really likes this Viper body. I'm not sure it's the best for racing, obviously with the high back end, but see the Quin likes it. And so we'll do that for now. And I've got this guy. Gonna run some different laps with these guys. Play with the magnets a bit and see if I can get them to go a bit quicker. Got to tighten up the rules on the Magnatraction stuff in a rule book. See where we're gonna sit with this stuff, because I'm trying to think to date. I think most of it is swapping the tires out, front and back. I think we had stock magnets and arms in here. I can't remember. I have to take a look. Actually, these are mean greens in both of these. I think Quins is a mean green too. Both mean greens in these. So we'll have to check the rules, make sure we're all kind of heading in the same direction. I'm going to swap the magnets out, see where those sit. These guys here, there's original. I'm trying to think if there's a mean green in there or not. I think there is a mean green in this guy. This is a Johnny Lightning. I totally destroyed my chassis, so I've got to build myself a brand new one. This is pretty much a stock Johnny Lightning chassis. I put the, what are these? They're the double flange rears. Vipers, maybe? And these are the Viper, I'm pretty sure the Viper. Wizard, I can't remember. And we'll see. I will look that up, and I will tell you in a minute. So I'll do that. That's about all I'm going to have time to do. I got, obviously, my Mega G Plus car. We've cleaned her up really good. Pushed the magnets down as much as I could without modifying the frame. I just haven't had a chance to do that. I'll get around to that. Quins is looking like they're not supposed to look. Absolutely filthy. So I'll clean that up and push the magnets down as much as I can. And yeah, so there's the three main classes. We have an open class as well. Quin ran this guy. He ran pretty good last week. Needs to do some more testing and playing around with this guy. I just don't know. Quin hasn't been around to do that. And I ran, I got them taken apart. I ran this Viper Super 7, which is, I mean, it ran pretty good. Not the biggest fan of these super blasting cars, but this is really cool. Van Halen body from Jay Japp. Got it off of the Rooster Racing site from Jay Japp, so that's cool. I got to trim up the back wheel wells just a little bit. There was some rubbing last weekend. I just threw it on last minute. I've got some cars coming from Rooster as well. I've got the I've got a couple of Stevens cars. So hopefully I can get those in the mail tomorrow. Run some laps with those. I'll show you those. So probably won't do too much with these guys. These guys, I'm just gonna clean Quin's car up, and they'll have to be what the way they are. These are stock. I did swap out the rear axle with a double flange and the Viper razors. Other than that, there's nothing else to these cars. Stock magnets and everything else. Razor front end on this guy. That is not. I think that's a double flange. Oh, it is a double flange rear end. So I did swap out that one. Swap out Quin's pin. So what I'm going to start to do as well here is, so I've colored this pin red. This is a stock pin. I'm going to run the red pins for Pete and Patrick's AFX Tommy tracks, and ones like this that I've trimmed. I've trimmed it slightly to fit the Tyco track. I'm going to leave it silver. So I'm going to do the same. I haven't done it yet on these tjets, but I've got some red pins, and I'm going to put red pins on so I remember which cars are which. It's interesting. I should weigh that car, because that original Aurora is much heavier than this Johnny Legging. Anyways, that's that, and yeah, maybe on the Magnatraction, I'm gonna throw some killer bees in there and see what my times do. Again, we gotta discuss the rules on these guys. How far are we going into the crazy magnet world? These are basically Fray minus or plus a few additions. These guys we have been running, or we're supposed to be running, fairly stock. Changing out the front and rear axles and tires. There's some magnet things happening here, so we got to discuss that as a club and figure out where we're going with these guys. And then the open class is what it is, open. So that's where we're at. Let's do some laps. We'll get this guy warmed up a little bit and see where he goes. I'm trying to do a better job of keeping track of running down my controller settings as well as the times on track. It's hard to see how you're improving, you know, when you're racing. We're now racing 3 different tracks. So we've got the one in Bicycle, Dunnigan's, Pete's place. We've got Hell's Basement, Patrick's place in High River, and we've got Wild Cards Raceway here in Okotoks. So trying to get the times to see if I'm better. So I'm trying to keep track of the race times. Unfortunately, when we did our test and tune here in Okotoks, I did not take a picture of the time, so I don't know what was a good race there. I actually won those ones, so it's too bad I didn't capture that to get a better idea of time-wise. So again, like with the tjets, well, you got to warm them up, but I'm starting fresh cold here. See where we sit. I'll do 20 laps. Oops, maybe. On the blue lane here, and we'll swap out, see where Quin's car sits. Just to make sure, oh man, just to make sure that they're close anyway. And eventually Quin is going to do his own maintenance. But for now, I've been doing it, trying to keep them involved and keep them interested. Teenage boys and girls and everything else, you know. I should set up my, I've got one of those old Aurora steering wheels I used to use quite a bit when I would race by myself. and I never set it up. I gotta find a way to set it up and sit it somewhere so it's not in the way when we're racing, but it's available when I want to do some one-on-one racing. Well, I didn't clean the tires on this guy. It does feel a bit loose, but he's running pretty good. Anyways, so 7.3. I'm gonna weigh this guy and see actually where he's sitting, because he actually feels light. There's a weight on the Fray stuff. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. So just under 20 grams, 19.97. That's within the Fray rules for sure. It is. I think it's 15 to or 16 to 20, something like that. See where this guy goes. Oh boy. Runs a bit different for sure. So I'm gonna throw on here real quick. What did I say? 20. Okay, so there's 21 and a half. It's not that different. Now again, this one being an older Aurora might take a bit more to warm up. We'll see. See what he does. So 7.3 with my car. See if I can get same or similar. Potentially faster, we'll see. Feel just so that whatever it was, 1.5 grams. Actually, this one's sticking to the track a little bit better. This one does not have. This has the front end, the weighted front end. I have to look. I think they're from Wizard actually, but the rear end is stock on this guy. Mine is a bit wired. So stock Fray is 19 to 24 grams. So we're both within. I'm just on the bottom end of that. Actually, that's crazy. It definitely feels lighter than this guy. So I don't know, lighter better or not. This one does have a bit longer of a pin, I believe. So he's handling the corners and the fishtail a little bit better. 7.4, pretty darn close. Where are we here for laps? So another 7 laps. There we go. There's a new best, 7.3. So that bested my time. This car actually handles really well. I like it. I think this chassis might have been my chassis at one point, and I think I messed up Quins and gave him my chassis, and I took the Johnny Lightning. But this chassis runs really good. It handles really well. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have the rear or the wider rear end, and mine does. This has all the classic brass gears. The Johnny Lightnings came with plastic. See if we can get a fast one here. Let's see what happens. Oh, 7.1. There's me keeping my mouth shut for a minute and racing. Oh, 7.07. Oh man. Okay, so we got a good one. Gotta run mine one more time now with my nose shut. Just see if I can get 7. This is the fast car. It's looser. It's definitely a looser running car. .2, 7.1. Oh, 7.0, right on. So these cars are pretty darn equal. So I will, how do I just leave them alone? I said I could probably oil them up, but you know what? They're both running really good. I'm gonna leave them alone. All right, cleaned them up. Cleaned Quins up anyways. Mine was clean. My Mega G Plus. So let's run some laps and see what the times look like. And I haven't adjusted my controller. I did put a headlight in this guy. I might give, so what we're talking about last time was these Mega G Plus chassis that I have are all the 1.5. And Pete and Patrick are running 1.7s. And the more I look online, everybody's pretty convinced that the longer wheelbase, the 1.7s, run faster laps. So I ordered a couple, and they should be here. They haven't made it across the border yet, so we won't have them for this race weekend. Maybe for what would that be? 3 weeks from now, we come back to my place. I think it is. So we'll probably race those going forward. We'll see. I really like these cars a lot. If I was to keep racing these, I'd probably put some bigger magnets in it. Again, this is something our club has to talk about. What are we doing with these as far as magnets go? But I was thinking, depending on the race schedule, we haven't looked that far ahead, but when we get to the Daytona 24-hour race time early in 2026, I'm thinking maybe we can do it here, and I could put together an IROC set. An IROC set of these guys. I've got 2 with headlights now, and maybe I will make another 2, and we can have a semi-dark IROC set, or figure something out where we have, what I've done in the past is 3 heats. Quin and I used to race 3 heats for the 24 hours Daytona, 2 daytime heats and 1 dark heat. Maybe we come up with some kind of schedule, whether it's 3 sets of IROC, or the IROC is the lighted chassis, and then we have something else. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to think about that a little bit, because that could be kind of fun. I like putting headlights in the cars. Probably not the best for racing, but I don't know. Somebody will tell you, some engineer out there will probably tell you that the LED draws enough power just to make my car just that fraction slower, but I don't know if I buy it. So anyways, we're floating around. 3.3 is my best lap. Let's see if I can get down to 3.3 again here. We're close. Paying attention. Yeah, pretty close. 3.4. So let me see where that sits compared to mine, if I can get close. This is a definitely different car. It's a little, this is a longer body. I think this one runs really nice. Again, stock magnets, so they don't quite run as quick as some of the other guys are running. But together, they're run just fine. There we go, 3.3, fastest lap. I still think this one's a little bit faster. There we go, 3.2. Whew, 3.1. Right on, 3.1. That's the Can cars, Mega G Plus. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. Let's see if we can focus on these guys. So I got some pins for the tjets. I'm gonna use red ones for Pete and Patrick's AFX Tomy track and use black ones for my Tyco. So do that. Eventually what I'd like to do is get two tjets made up, one for the Tomy tracks and one for the Tyco, but we'll get there. So this is Quin's car. I cleaned the tires up. It's got a green arm in there, copper wound, and I should have looked. These the blue. I can't see. I don't know if I can see that or not. These might actually be stock. That's a white magnet there. But these are shimmed. So this is my old race car from the online group. I think these are stock. These might be red. Red and white magnets in there. I'm going to throw some killer bees in here. I think my car, I'm pretty sure I put the blue and whites in here, but it could be out to lunch. That's a white one. That looks old though. I thought I put blue and white in this guy, but that looks stock. I'll peel it apart at the end and take a look. Well, everything's a little bit harder on camera, so I shut the camera off to put the body back on. So we'll do Quins. Now, the problem with these guys, so this is AFX. It's got a blade pin on it. So this is going to be tough. I mean, it is what it is on this track. I'm not going to change that out right now, because the problem with the blade pins on the Tyco is they're a little too long. If you can, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see on the video, but the front end actually sits up high because the pin drags. And if the connections aren't super smooth, the cars go flying everywhere. So this is running pretty good, but the front end's definitely sticking up higher. We'll see where I can get from a timing perspective. Swap the magnets out and see if it makes a big difference. I'm going to run 20 laps on both of these cars and see where I can get. I don't know what's better, if the flag pins, the blade pins are better, or a metal pin. I'm not sure. I haven't read enough online. Everybody has their preferences, but I'm not sure if one's actually better for racing. Yeah, this car feels pretty good. The biggest challenge I find again with the Magnatractions is Pete has a super nice car. I think it's the red Datsun, and it sticks. So I don't know what he's got in there for magnets, but it sticks. So these guys, like this guy runs, this is running really well. But when you get into a race situation, everybody pushes it up a little bit. These guys come off. This guy is definitely a light, loose car. I can feel it. Not the one I normally run. This is Quins. I don't like the way this runs, but it is a quick, light car. Again, if Quin wants something different, he can build it himself eventually, but I'm just trying to make sure he has the basics. Keep going. So 6.3 is top speed on that guy. I think I get more on mine. We'll see. This one sticks. I like this body. It's a funny 5.7. Yeah. This one really sticks. It's funny because a lot of people talk about the Porsches being the hot body on the Magnatractions. I like this little body. It does not float at all. It's hard. This is the one I was trying to put on camera and I couldn't get it on. Like it's stuck on there solid. So there's a lot of people that talk about float being important with some of these guys. This guy runs good. Again, not as fast as Pete's car. Patrick's place, Pete lent, I think Pete ended up letting, or I'm trying to remember, Pete ended up lending Patrick a car, because I don't think Patrick had a Magnatraction that was running very well, but, so Pete's Magnatraction was running really well. This guy I built originally for the Albroco track, the online racing group, which is a super tight M-shaped track, and it sticks really well. I don't think top speed, this doesn't have, speaking of, this top speed, this guy doesn't have top speed. He has great cornering, but on these straights I can pretty much max it out. And it is what it is. So this is it's a faster car than Quins. I have to make note of those times, and we'll switch out the magnets and see what happens. I'm trying paying attention to what I'm doing. All right, let me see if I can do this on film. So I'll do mine first. This is the, I can't remember what body this is. It's a Can-Am body. But like I said, it's super tight. The way it sits. So these are both cars I've used. And I could use a cleaning, but both cars I've used for the online race group. So I got shims in here. I think like hopper rules and that you can use. I think it's pieces of plastic and stuff like that. I used painter's tape, which held it in. Don't think painter's tape is listed in the hopper rules. But this is a good car. I hate touching stuff that's running good, but it's gonna run better. So looking at this, I mean, the brushes are pretty dirty. It almost looks like there's some hair on the axle. I should do a better job, but I'm just gonna pick a random one out of here. I don't have a magnet tester. That is on my list of things to build. I've got a scale, a weight, some scale of some sort I was going to use to test magnets. We'll do that in a different video. Let's see. Okay, there's lines on the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. I was just going to say I should mark it to see which is bottom and top, especially on the black one, but let's see what happens. See how tight these guys are. Not bad. One thing I did learn on the online group is, you know, stuff I never knew in the past, but like stuff like these magnets, how tight they fit. Especially some of the old stuff, it's wobbly in there. The magnets are wobbly. Like that's what's driving the armature around. So when they're wobbly, it's just like micro distance. These are really actually quite tight. It's nice. It makes a difference. You wonder about stuff like that, but I shimmed my magnets up on advice of some of the guys in the online group, and my car started pulling faster times, like immediately. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Another thing I didn't do here, but that I did do on my tjets is when you take these clips off, is draw a little arrow or make a mark of some sort so they go back on the same way. Because again, it seems ridiculous, but if this clips the back the opposite way, it could be running completely different than it was. So there we go, some killer bees in there, and I'll see what we'll do. So I'm not going to video. I'll put Quins in, and then we'll run some times and see what the time difference is. All right, let's see what happens. We got killer bees in both of these. Both cars have to be cleaned. What I was talking about is, this is Quin's car. Draw a little arrow on there, the way the clip is going on. Again, just so you know where you're at. So both these cars, let's see what we got here. Yep, they're both the ski shoes. Ski shoes instead of the steps. It's funny, again, everybody's got their preferences. Online racers told me step ups were better. I swapped them out and my times went down, so I put the skis back. And I've stuck with the skis since. So what do we have here? So Quins was running 6.3. It was definitely running slower. It was running the second slower than mine. Mine was 5.2. So 6.3. That was about 20 laps. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, man, oh man, look at that, like 5.7 on lap 3. So we've already dropped 6.3. 5.7. Again, I'm not even in with my remote at all, really. I've got the sensitivity adjusting a little bit per car, but I left my traction control and brake the same for today's purposes, but I didn't normally adjust that stuff in that car. Again, something I haven't written down very well or haven't done a good job of it. I got to do a better job tracking stuff here. So 5.7 is about where I'm sitting. Lap 11, 12, a couple more with the Viper. Again, probably not the best body. What I'll have to do is probably make a new Magnatraction for Quin and keep this one. I want to make Quin up a set and just gift them to him, and then we can do his own maintenance and whatnot. And I will have a set the basic racers for the Track and the FX Spinning Track. Or swap the things in. So I'm still sitting on 6. 5.9. 5.5. Car's getting warmed up. I'm on my 20. 5.5. Yeah, so that's 5.5. So Quin's car's running a 5.5 with the Killer Bees. He was running the 6.3, so that's a second quicker. That's pretty good. And my car was running a 5.2, so I was a second faster. 5.2. Let's see where I said. Oh man, I can already kill this. 5.3. Uh-oh. 4.9. 4.7. I don't have to do too many laps. Oh, this guy's flying. Put this video out a bit late, so you have to go and see it. 34 laps. We'll go another 6 here. Let's see what happens. See if I can get down. I'm at 4.7 right now. Running pretty darn smooth. Clean the brushes up and the armature plate. Maybe squeak a little bit more out of this guy. Well, and Quins as well. They're both pretty dirty. Oil-wise, I think they're running well, but I can see the brushes are dirty in the bottom plate of the armature. So get a bit more out of these guys. Anyway, so 4.7, I'll take it. So that's 4.7 for this guy, and he was running a 5.2, so a little bit better. Quins was running a 6.3 down to a 5.5, so that's almost a second faster. Mine not so much of a change, but I think with a little bit of cleaning in that, we might be maybe in pretty good shape. All right, well that's that. So we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We race Saturday, the Southern Alberta HO Slot Car Club. So again, if you're around Alberta, give us a shout, look us up on Facebook. We're always looking for racers. Really, this is our first full season. We started last year, kind of a grassroots effort with Pete, Patrick, and myself. And yeah, it's been fun so far. It's great finding people to race with. There's no pressure. It's not super serious. If you want to race, come on out. If you don't have all these cars, that's okay. Come on out. Somebody will have something. You know, so we do all this tuning and stuff for Quin and I complain about it, but inevitably, you know, we thought we had a couple of racers coming out last time on November 1st. You know, so I tuned up another couple tjets, another couple Magnatractions, couple Meg G Plus cars, and a couple Vipers. So we got cars. So come on out. Yeah. So what are we gonna see this week? We don't know. The IROC. Pete has a couple different IROC sets. They're all pretty fast magnet cars. So we'll see where that puts us. That's always a fun start. Start of the day. Quin's usually pretty strong on the magnet cars. I chalk it up to youth. But Quin races them really well. I'm not sure I'm getting any better. I say I don't mind them. They're good. And then, yeah, we kind of go all over the place from there. So the classes we normally race on IROC, depending on what the track has. Then we've got the tjet, the Fray builds. So Quin and I are ready, good to go there. I'm pretty confident about these builds. Check out Greg's garage. I can't think if I said that or not already, but he only makes certain ones throughout the years. So what I did actually this time, I didn't say it, but I did glue my pins in, and I've got the body floating a little bit. So we'll see how that goes over the course of the day. I've got my Magnatraction, and I got Quins Magnatraction Viper. These guys are running good. And so kind of like building upon the slower pancake cars up to the magnet cars. They're the way I like to go anyways, and kind of go to the IROC, which oftentimes are faster magnet cars, and then starting at the tjets and working back up again versus jumping all over the place. Is really hard to go from one class to the other. I find it easier to go from a slower class building up to the fast ones. So Quins Mega G Plus, probably will race these at Pete's. Like I said, I do have some stuff coming from Slot Car Central, but I don't think it's going to get here. My Mega G Plus, so we'll race those. And what I'll do actually for maybe the next video, so this car was a backup for somebody that I thought was coming. I put it on the dyno and let it run. And really interesting to hear it. I let it run for think it was about 20 minutes, and so I ran out of space, so that cut me off. I will go quick. So anyways, I was talking about putting that car on the dyno. You could hear when everything meshed together, the gears, the arm, everything just started firing. The sound, it was unbelievable. So I'll do a video on that maybe when I break in these new can cars that I get. So anyways, I got a couple. I was talking about the open class stuff. We may race what I've got. I've got a couple Area 51 S7s coming from Rooster Racings with 3.5 ohm arms. So we'll see if I can get those. They still look like they're in the post office, so I should be able to get them tomorrow, run some laps, see how they run, and maybe we'll bring those to Pete's. So looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be another fun day of racing. So come on out, get in the fun.